Okay, how to rig your Dolphin on your own. First take the boat out of the shed. And take off the cover. Right, then you take out all the junk that's in the boat, like your kids' extra sails. Okay, then you take the mast and push it onto the boat. Off the mast towards the front of the boat like this. And you put the mast down on the boat. Like that. And then before we forget, put the burgee on. Make sure it's nice and tight. And then you must undo all these ropes that you tied it up last time. Don't worry about what they are, just undo them. Undo the rigging cable. Undo all the ropes that are tied up. I'm loosening the kicker at the moment that I stored like this. Okay, everything is loose. And now I'm going to attach the side stays. The red one goes to the port side. Undo the little ring, take out the pin, push it through and put the ring back in again. You need good fingers for this. If you can't get it right, get one of your kids, they've got better fingers. Right, and then that rubber goes over to protect you. Okay, for the details again, take the pin out, push it through and put the ring back in again like that to secure it in. That's important. Okay, now the side stays are tied. Most Dolphin sailors prefer to get the mast up first and then to tie the side stays. In this video I show how I tie the side stays first, and then I lift the mast up so that it stands on the step over here. If you don't do it like I'm showing, you can put the mast onto the step, support it against the roof, or alternatively get your crew to hold the mast while you tie the side stays. Make sure the mast is standing properly on the step. Okay, then you take this rigging cable, and with the rope that's attached to the end of it, attach it to the front of these two shackles. The Dolphin has two places there to fit a cable or a rope. This one goes to the front. It can be a little bit slack, which will give you more play when you want to move the mast forwards and backwards. It doesn't matter if it's slightly slack, because this is only used for rigging. Okay. So just like that, and then you should have a shock cord there that you just hook around the bow of the boat like this. Now we're ready to rig the jib. So I take the jib, unroll it, and tie the cable that's inside the jib, which acts as a forestay for tension, position. Okay, now we can hoist the jib by pulling on the jib halyard and guiding the jib at the same time. Until this cable comes out of the mast. That's the jib halyard. In many boats this is at the back of the mast. In my boat it's on the side. And then I hook that into the high felt tensioner. Okay. If I want to apply the tension now, I pull on this front cable and I can apply the tension quite easily by flipping the high felt tensioner over. And then I roll up this halyard rope like that into even loops about that far, and I just simply knot the whole lot together like this. It doesn't have to be that tidy, but it goes into that position. Next we can tie the jib sheets. In some dolphins the jib sheets are already tied to the sail. In my boat they're not. When you do this, you must make sure that the jib sheet runs on the inside of the side stay, but on the outside of all the other ropes here and underneath the boom. Now you can do this in many ways. I do a bowline, but you don't have to do that. You can do another type of knot if you prefer. This is probably not the best way, but it works for me. The jib is up, we've got tension on the mast, and now we can put the mainsail on. So carefully unroll the mainsail, but you don't fold it unnecessarily. So once we've attached the mainsail halyard, we can start hoisting the main. Make sure that the rope goes into the groove of the mast, and I pull while guiding the sail with my other hand to make sure that the rope goes into the groove all the time. Once you see the cable coming out of the slot at the bottom there, by the way, this is something that needs regular attention. You need to pay attention to this rope, make sure it's still good. Then I pull it up further and I go and hook it into the desired position. For this boat I put it in the fourth position there. It depends obviously on your settings, and it must be at the top at the black band. Okay. Just make nice big loops until it's the correct position away, and then you fold all of them together in a big knot like that. And now make sure that this goes inside the jib sheets. If you have this outside the jib sheet, you're going to cry on the water. And that gets hooked into the opposite side under that shock cord, nice and tidy. Next step is to get the boom on. The boom gets stored in that back tank. I can now lift it up and feed the sail into the boom. Some sails have a loop there. The newer sails have a guide that goes into this groove of the boom. You simply put it back like that. Then at the front you can attach it to the gooseneck like that and attach the outboard to the back of the sail. The boats are not all the same. In my boat it works like this, with a nice long shackle that can get over the back of the sail, and I attach the little block like that with the shackle. must be tight. At the front, we can now attach the cunningham. The cunningham is just a rope that comes out of the mast. Then I make a figure of 8 knot in the end of the cunningham line to make sure it can't disappear back up. And then most dolphins will have a security system here to prevent the sail from slipping out of the groove or going up in case the cunningham fails. In my boat I've just got the string there. I can pull the cunningham quite tight, feed this through that eye, and I simply tie a little simple knot in there, which will prevent it from going up. If I undo the cunningham, it just stops right there. Next step is to attach the kicker. Most of the dolphins will have some kind of a hook there that can hook into the boom easily, like that. You undo the block and you simply go and hook it in like that. Okay, almost ready to go. You can now put your cool drinks and chocolates, very important stuff, into the hatches here. Put the hatch covers on. Make sure you close all the hatch covers around the boat before you launch. And also at the same time, make sure that the sail bailers are closed before you launch. The last thing to do is to attach the rudder. Always be careful when you work with a rudder that you don't damage the blade. And you simply put the rudder with the 2 pins over each other and it clips in like that. And what I like to do now is to use this rope, put it next to the blade there and lift the blade up just to squeeze it in so that it doesn't fall while I'm pushing the boat into the water. Always remember to wear a life jacket, and then you're ready to go for a sail.